Evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. We was right in the beginning. We have to admit that we do have a few chinks in our vaccine armor. Data seems to suggest that if you see just on the 15-day cumulative percentage, we are vaccinating way less of what we were vaccinating before. So there is a slump in our vaccination. Unfortunately, it's also come at a time where our COVID cases are the highest. There's a monster COVID surge. So what is wrong? Well, in the last couple of days, we've also seen not just the opposition, but certain members of the government, ministers who've come out and said, yes, the shortage is there and we can make it up, and they've gone ahead and given their suggestions. This was Nitin Gadkari. He, of course, has come out and retracted his statement, saying that the government is actually, he was unaware that the government is planning to boost vaccine production in the country. How is it all panning out? Take a look.
Is India's mammoth vaccination plan to beat its raging COVID surge on track? Currently, it seems to be replete with confusion, shortages, policy abyss, and political sparring. While states and centre quibble over vaccinations, non-BJP states have gone public on vaccine shortage, the centre battling a perception war. The latest was BJP's own minister Nitin Gadkari first suggesting that more pharma companies be allowed to produce the COVID-19 vaccine to fill the shortage gap.
तो ये वैक्सीन वाली कंपनी एक के बजाय 10 लोगों को लाइसेंस दे और रॉयल्टी भी ले। मनसुख भाई, मेरा अनुरोध है कि आप हर राज्य में 2-2, 3-3 लेबोरेटरी ऑलरेडी है। मेरी जानकारी है कि उनकी क्षमता भी है और उनके पास इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी है। फार्मूला देकर इनका उनके साथ कोऑर्डिनेशन करके अगर ये संख्या बढ़ाएंगे तो पहले उनको कहिए देश में दीजिए, बाद में ज्यादा होगा तो एक्सपोर्ट करिए।
Now the union minister has clarified on Twitter that he was unaware of a speech made by his party colleague Mansukh Mandavia that explained the government's efforts to ramp up vaccine production. Amidst opposition criticism of the government over vaccine shortage and many states unable to continue vaccine to all eligible age groups, and charges that the government exported our vaccines before inoculating its own citizens, Serum Institute chief Adar Poonawalla issued a statement that his firm has never exported vaccines at the cost of the people of India. However, date clearly does suggest that our vaccine rollout has slowed down. A cumulative 15-day trend shows that India has slowed down its vaccination when it needs it the most. This clearly shows a slump in inoculation, pointing to a steady decrease in vaccination supply, while the government and vaccine makers say production is increased. That increased capacity is yet to show up in supply. So where has been the policy abyss? Even when there was a shortage, vaccine was open to all adults from May 1st. States were asked to procure jabs in midst of shortage, despite evidence from UK Covishield dose interval not increased. During shortage, vaccines diverted to 18 plus, when data showed 45 plus were most vulnerable. It resulted in 18 plus not finding vaccine slots while trying to book. Meanwhile, second dose shortage also increased. As India crumbles under a brutal explosion of corona cases, the need of the hour is to streamline its vaccine policy and roll out, and do it fast. With Preeti Chaudhary, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers. Now, the fact is, we have to admit we are facing a huge vaccination slump. A lot of us out there are trying to look for slots, cannot find them. On the other hand, even sometimes in certain states, slots for 45 and over are also not available. So we've got to at least be in tune with that fact. But is it just a problem where the centre is concerned, a policy abyss like we call it, or are the states also playing a part? Let's cut across right now. We have our guests. I have Adil Singh Boparoy from the Congress. Charu Pragya would be joining me in just a short while from now. I'll begin with you, Adil. Before we get into this whole rhetoric or the centre's not doing this, let's talk about what the states are doing, because you do have, take a handful of states under your control, and I want to get on to that, Adil. The fact is, the states themselves also, what did they do? In the beginning, they pressed and pressed and pressed the government that vaccination be available for all. Then they pressed the government that they wanted to procure vaccines on their own. Once they realized it wasn't quite working out, then they wanted the government to buy the vaccines and start distributing it. So the blame squarely doesn't quite lie with the government, does it?
Well, Preeti, first and foremost, the government of India's vaccine policy is utterly botched up. Now, under our scheme of things, under our constitution, interstate immunization is the responsibility of the central government. Now, for a moment, forget what the Congress party is saying, and I will repeat the findings which have been given by the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Justice Chandrachud, in his judgment dated the 9th of May. Number one, what he suggests is, let there be centralized procurement and decentralized execution, because it is always better if one buyer purchases from the vaccine makers and then equitably distributes it amongst the states and gives them operational flexibility. This is the Supreme Court of India, number one. Number two, what the Congress party has been advocating is, please undertake compulsory licensing. Now, under the Indian Patents Act, it is the central government which can undertake this process. It is not the state governments. Why is it that the government of India is placing more emphasis on private profit when our focus in times of a national emergency has to be on saving lives? Number three, which goes to the root of the matter, why did the government of India from December to March not place adequate orders? Now, Preeti, it makes eminent sense even to a school-going boy that placing over-reliance on two vaccine manufacturers is foolhardy. At a time when you have to vaccinate 1.3 billion people, it was incumbent on Narendra Modi to diversify our vaccine basket. So therefore, tie up, or at least endeavor to tie up with whichever foreign vaccine makers you can get over. Number four. Number five, again, which fell from the Supreme Court, that why do you have a policy of differential pricing? Why do you have one rate for the state governments and two different rates for the center and the private hospitals? If there is one nation, there has to be uniform pricing, because ultimately it's taxpayers' money. Even the state governments have to take out the money.
I'll tell you, okay, you've raised a point. Adil.
Lastly,
Adil, you've raised a point. As I bring in Chaudhary Pragya, I want to ask you one question. Okay, make your point. Make your point.
Another thing, because we've been in touch with people from rural areas, another problem which people in rural areas and those who are not technologically savvy are facing is with accessing the CoWIN app. There are people who don't have smartphones. There are people who are not very technologically savvy. So how do they book their slots? This is a real logistical and a technological problem.
All right, fair enough. Fair points. Adil, you've raised every point which I was going to ask Chaudhary Pragya, and which I am going to ask. But do answer this question before I go to Ms. Pragya. And the question is, Adil, how much of confusion did the opposition in states run by the opposition add to it? Because let's take the case of Punjab. You have your government in the state of Punjab. 6 days ago, they threatened the government that they are now joining the global platform COVAX to directly procure the vaccines. 3 days after, they realized they couldn't do so, and then public statements were made out that why isn't the government procuring vaccines and distributing them? How much confusion have your own state governments and the opposition added to this?
I'm so glad you put this question to me, because I was going to raise this in my second piece. Firstly, vaccines is not something which the government of Punjab can make in our backlog here. We have to source it from vaccine makers. Now, if Poonawalla and Bharat Biotech are not supplying us vaccines, what do? We go to the international market. Under Gavi, there is a COVAX alliance. Now, under the
but
COVAX
shouldn't you have asked? But Adil, shouldn't you have asked the government in the first place to buy in bulk and distribute instead of saying we are going ahead and doing it on our own?
That's exactly what we told them. Let there be centralized procurement and decentralized execution. In other words, let the government of India procure this centrally and then give the state
you did not. Adil, you did not.
Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been saying this from the word.
No, that's incorrect. Adil, that is...
Please see Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Adil, no, that is incorrect, because in the beginning, right? No. Right in the beginning, various spokespersons had come in. You had held press conferences as well as how can the state, which is the government here, how can the government on its own volition decide to procure vaccines? The states need to do it on their own. You said that earlier.
No, you're conflating two issues.
You said that earlier. It came from the Congress party, but having...
Preeti, you're conflating two issues. I'll explain that. What we said is, yes, give the state governments more elbow room to decide on the policy. But what we really sought was operational flexibility. We still expect the central government, because we cannot manufacture vaccines in my loan. We must.
Well, a lot got lost in translation there, Adil. Adil, a lot got, okay, Adil, a lot got lost in translation there because you might have said and meant something else, but you know, what was projected was very different. But I want to bring in Charu Pragya as well into this conversation. Ms. Pragya, not me, madam, just, sir, Mr. Bopurai, Ms. Pragya has been very, very patient. Let me draw her into this conversation. Appreciate you joining us, Ms. Pragya. The question is, ma'am, right now, I'm not saying it, figures suggested, and I want our producers to pull those figures out. What has been the last course of vaccination in this country? While we are, under this monster COVID surge, we are vaccinating the least right now because we have a shortage. Something that was voiced by Mr. Nitin Gadkari only for him to rectify later and say, oh, it's happening. But he did say it. Didn't come from the opposition.
So, Priti, we have to understand that a lot of this vaccine hesitancy that cropped up in India was for two reasons. One, of course, we are caught up in the middle of the second wave, which has been deadly for all Indians. And people who can get vaccinated have been a little skeptical about stepping out. And two, the opposition party has added to the furor from the very beginning, creating this entire confusion about vaccines, which vaccine to put, which one is safer, which one is not, even going as far ahead as to call it a BJP vaccine. And every single day, this politics of vaccination grows, and that's terrible for India. See, politics is going to stay here. Congress will stay, BJP will stay. We'll have time for all this political bickering later. But if we don't fight COVID, none of us are going to remain. So, the whole issue about first centralization, then decentralization, then again asking for centralization because we cannot handle things, that's not the way to go ahead for vaccine. Actually, data tells us that 1.94 crore vaccines live, that is the stock in hand, and before the end of the year, the government plans to ensure that every single adult is vaccinated in India. 216 crore doses are 216 crore doses of vaccines from various brands, various companies, indigenous and imported, are on their way. And once this stock is here, and once we ensure that we get our vaccine, every Indian is going to get vaccinated. While this is going on, I would appeal to the opposition.
Okay. Ms. Pragya.
Nobody from the Aam Aadmi Party seems to be here.
No.
Every day a new controversy arises regarding COVID.
Madam, I want to come in. It's all well and nice. Madam. Ms. Pragya, if you give me a minute to rebut. Give me a minute to rebut. Madam, you have, what you're saying, understandable, but you can't squarely blame the opposition for it, and I'll tell you why. Look at the figures. You talk about vaccine hesitancy right now. At a level, it's a shame because if you yourself must be knowing the number of people right now who are sitting with their phones and trying to find a slot and cannot find a slot. There has been a huge problem with the vaccination policy, which you are giving me figures. Let me pull out these figures right now. Let me show you how our vaccination has slumped. We vaccinated maximum in April. Are you actually telling me, ma'am, that in May, when there is a massive monster COVID surge, people don't want to get vaccinated? That is why we are vaccinating the least in the last 15 days. There is a vaccine shortage. You have to admit it. There are states which have, as we speak, stopped vaccinating for over 18 years of age because they just don't have the vaccines.
Coming back to that, even that started with the entire argument on the production of vaccines. It started with the pricing on vaccines. And when the production companies are not given the pricing that they deserve, that they need to ramp up production, that they deserve to get, so that they can ensure India has sufficient vaccines to go around, it all comes down to this. If we do not fight COVID together,
ma'am, we as a country were paying the maximum for these vaccines. Maximum.
And they get,
ma'am, we as a country would be paying one of the maximum for a vaccine shot than any other country, even though we are producer of one country. The pricing has come from the government then. No, the clearances have come from the government.
Yes, but the government is also providing vaccination free of cost for most of the population. Let's break it down. Everybody above the age of 45 is given free vaccine by the government. Anyone who's a healthcare worker, is a frontline worker, is given free vaccine, irrespective of which state they reside in. Apart from that, of all the vaccines,
but there are no vaccines to give, madam. That is the question.
Let me finish.
There are no vaccines to give
50%
anymore.
of the vaccines which are required by the central government being given. It's again of cost. But the central government is not charging any money for these vaccines if the
Taxpayers'
production
money.
has slowed down. And 18 other states have made vaccinations.
Madam, there needs to be vaccines to give.
but-
Okay.
but-
I need to
yes.
okay, I
But
need to
if
go back to our
production slows down-
Congress spokesperson, and I promise to come back to you. But why is production slowed down? That's a question, but we'll come back to you, madam. Let me come back to you. Adil Singh Bopara, you wanted to come in for a rebuttal. Go ahead.
Preeti, if Narendra Modi wants to take the credit for inoculating our citizenry by pasting his photograph on the vaccine certificate, then he must also take responsibility for the COVID and the vaccine catastrophe. Now, Adar Poonawalla, sometime in the last week of March, had asked for 3,000 crore rupees from the government of India to augment his facilities. The government of India did not give that for 3 weeks. There was a shortage of funds with these companies, and their pretext is that since the government didn't give us funds, we could not boost our production. Number two. Number three, Pragya has not answered, Charu has not answered this question. Why did the government of India not diversify its vaccine basket? Number three. Number four, what stopped the government of India from placing adequate vaccine orders? Did they not realize that we're a country of 1.3 billion? Did they not realize that we have to inoculate people of all ages, of all sections of society? Did they not anticipate a shortage? It is not just Congress or opposition ruled governments.
Okay.
Even BJP ruled states do not
All
have
right, okay.
vaccines.
Adil, okay, you've posed your 4 questions. Let's shy off the rhetoric. Okay, you've posed those questions. Let me bring in Charu Pragya to answer it. Ms. Pragya, please go ahead, madam. Come in.
Well, you want to get into the whole argument and discussion around photographs, Adil. I'm very happy to do that, and I can start with the IYC stickers on even oxygen cylinders. But let's not go there. Let's stick to the point. So when I say 216 crore vaccines are either in production or on their way for the citizens of India, it is a well broken down and calculated math. Covishield 75 crore, Covax 75 crore, Zydus Extra 5 crore, Covax 20 crore, Sputnik 15.5 crore, and so on and so forth. It's not like the government of India has not diversified. It's not like the government of India is already not supporting other manufacturers and making sure more and more vaccine gets produced. Another point is that now our
No, please go
government
one by one.
and
There's no point
production
of this.
Production facilities are tying up.
She's taken the
Let me
toll
finish.
over
Let me
200 crores.
finish.
Ma'am, I want to
Adil,
ask you a
let me finish.
question. Can I come in for a rebuttal? You said capacity is increased.
Can I?
Ma'am,
can
the
I just
capacity
make
is
one
yet to
last-
show in supply. There is no
Can I
supply.
just make one last point? So
Please.
PSUs in
Yes.
India have
Yes.
stepped in, and there has already been a technology transfer for the production of vaccines. So Indian immunologicals and BIPCOLs, certain companies, certain PSUs are already working on ensuring there is a correct transfer of technology, and more vaccines can be produced in the shortest span of time. See, every time you ask questions, there are questions and
shy away today, Adil, and say we are not responsible. In fact, you and your party have played a large role
30
in
seconds.
vaccine hesitancy.
30 seconds. Preeti, I just need 30 seconds.
All right. Okay. Once. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Adil, do come in. You want to come in? Make your point. Come in.
I say this with a very heavy heart. The Bharatiya Janata Party is in a state of denial. And this denial is counterproductive to our war against COVID. They're in denial about deaths. There are dead bodies, thousands of dead bodies which are floating in the Ganges and the Yamunas. There are thousands and lakhs of burials and cremations on our banks. Citizens are dying because of lack of oxygen supply. They are suppressing numbers in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. They are utterly in a state of denial. And this, you cannot defeat this
Can we
virus.
just go one by one? Ma'am, I'll come to you for 30 seconds. Let him make his point.
Shortage. There is an
Okay, can we
acute
just go one
shortage.
by one? Adil, make your point. I will go to you, Miss.
Preeti, today
Okay, yes,
citizens
there is an
cannot
acute
get a
shortage.
slot in New Delhi,
Ms.
forget
Pragya-
anywhere else. You cannot get a slot in
Okay,
Ahmedabad.
yes, all right. Okay, you made your point, Adil. You made those points. You have made those points. Miss Pragya, would you want to come in? Miss Pragya, please answer. Come in, ma'am.
I want to remind Adil
I give you
that
30
you're not
seconds. Go ahead.
denial when you're making statements about the same. When the government is making sure to ascertain enough vaccinations for all Indians, how can there be denial? You're already working on ensuring there is enough vaccine. You're already working round the clock in ensuring all facilities are filled in, everybody is together on the same page to make sure everyone gets vaccinated. Denial happens when you sit on a high chair like you do and you refuse to
Okay.
understand the ground realities. And
Okay. All right, okay. Okay.
And then to tackle the problem.
Okay.
Not by calling
May I, with both your permission, all right. Ms. Pragya and Mr. Boparoy, with both your permission, I need to close this debate right now. But the fact is, whether there is capacity right now, because in supply, it is not showing it. Nobody's talking about denial. The fact is, try to give this argument to somebody who's been trying to book a slot forget about 18 to 45, because it's impossible to get a slot between 18 to 45 right now. Many states have shut vaccinations as we speak for 18 to 45. People are finding it difficult to get themselves a slot who are over 45 years as well. Data suggests, and I'm just talking about data suggests that we are vaccinating the least right now. April, we were way better. This is the time when we need it most, and we are vaccinating the least because there is a shortage. Now, whether it's just created by the center or the confusion has been added by the state, we did tell you it's both of them. Collateral have been the citizens of this country. Appreciate you both for joining us. Thank you.